Hey there, and welcome to Lead Hound's YouTube channel. I'm thrilled to have you here. I'm just going to kind of dive right into our topic today. If you have read our book, Unstalled, it's a free ebook you can go ahead and download. It'll also be available on Amazon soon, but you can download it for free at www.unstalledbook.com. And I created that book really out of sort of a desire that I had when I owned my own horses and was trying to sell them and didn't have any idea what to put in a horse for sale listing. So now that I know a little bit more on the marketing side, I thought it would be helpful to others to put a book together that just outlined a few different things that you can put in your horse's sale listing to hopefully pull in the interest of the right horse buyer and possibly deter those you would rather not have contact you and just sell your horse faster. I know I've been on the other side of it when I've been selling my horses, and you've decided to move on for whatever reason, whether that's you have a new horse you want to show, or you're getting out of the industry entirely. And all you see is those vet bills racking up, board racking up, all these expenses, and mentally you're ready to move on, but you're still waiting for that horse to sell. So I wanted to create that book to help others that are in the same position that I was in. So hopefully I have done that. So please do check that out. So today's topic, I wanted to talk about the photos in your sale listing. So I go into this a little bit in the ebook, but I didn't have a lot of space to talk too much about photos and photo selection. So I thought I would just shoot a quick video today to send that to you guys. So I've got a couple websites pulled up, so I'll just switch you over to them. So this first one is a very common website here in Western Canada for a whole bunch of different horses for sale. Typically, I would say on average, there would be more Western horses than English, but that might just be sort of the nature of our environment. There are a lot of English programs around, but I suspect they have kind of their own websites and maybe deal more through their own stables. So I'm going to walk you through Northern Horse. Then there's a Rainer specific website called Rainer's World, and then just the local classified. Kijiji is popular in our area. I know sometimes different areas have different popular classified sections, so whether you're on Craigslist or eBay, the same idea will hold true, whatever program you use. But to start with, I thought we'd go through Northern Horse. So the main advice I give in the book is to try to make your horse stand out from everybody else's so people actually notice your ad. And also we, of course, want to appeal to the right buyer. So if you're trying to sell a Rainer in some of our examples today, you're not going to show a jumping picture probably, but that's sort of what we want to look for. So I think it's kind of interesting to flip through here. So for Northern Horse here, the only criteria I've put in so far is that we're only looking at horse ads. And if I just quickly scroll here, you'll see that most of the horses are not saddled. There are some saddled in these photos, but most I would say are not. They're more confirmation shots. Of course, we've got a couple young horses, and then very few actual riding photos. So one of the first things that jumps out at me is a simple way to stand apart is just to have a photo with somebody sitting in the saddle. There could be good reasons to have a confirmation photo, but if that's what everybody else is doing, I would suggest you do something a little bit different. If you do have, say, an unbroke horse or a young horse, maybe try a different shot. So again, all these are sort of side profiles, but a head shot might stand out a little bit more, or even one of the things I suggest in the book, just flipping it to a black and white image can make a difference. So just something simple like that can do the trick. And that sort of is surprising to me here. If we were to go and do a search, maybe for only riding aged horses, we might see a few more saddled, but and sort of in a performance-like environment as well. But you can see there's quite a few here that are they're just naked. So that's kind of interesting to see. If we flip over to Rainer's World, typically I would say the horses here they're obviously Rainers, so it's more discipline specific, but I would say they also tend to be a little bit more higher end even within the reining community. You might see some cheaper reining horses on Northern Horse than you would see on Reiner's World. So sort of same thing. In this case, it's just all horses for sale. And if we scroll down, still a lot of side profile confirmation type photos. So same thing, just by having somebody sit in the saddle can make a big difference in grabbing a viewer's attention, potential buyer's attention. So that's a simple way to make a big difference. Again, if your horse is not broke, they're a young filly, an unsound broodmare. I don't know if this one is unsound, but is in foal. So if for whatever reason they can't be saddled, maybe just look for a different photo. That's not to say you can't include a confirmation shot in your listing, but maybe don't make it the main picture of your listing, just to grab a little bit more attention. So another good example to go through there. And then if we flip over to Kijiji, again, I've just searched all horses for sale in our area. You can see we get a few weird pictures, but there we've got a horse in the trailer, so that's not a bad thing, again, to stand out a little different. I would say, especially if it's somebody that's going to be hauling the horse, like maybe a trail rider, to know that the horse gets in and out of the trailer quickly and well, comfortably. I'd say most show horses, people just kind of expect and assume that that's going to be possible. But if you've got a yearling or a weanling that somebody's going to have to get home, and you've got them loading into a trailer nicely, or even just standing for the farrier, all those things that a new horse owner might worry about, doesn't hurt to use a picture like that. So again, we see a couple confirmation type photos, naked photos, headshots, and then just a couple riding photos. So kind of an interesting exercise to go through, but I thought it might be valuable to talk about here. Makes a little more sense when we can actually flip through some of these websites, look at some of the images, and sort of talk about what it might look like in person. So if you do have your horse for sale, again, I hope this gave you a few different ideas of ways you could kind of, I'll say, spruce up your ad, or just stand out from the competition when it comes to selling your horse. So if you find within your discipline people are showing only jumping shots, you know, maybe you do have that confirmation shot if that's what you're seeing within your discipline, or maybe it's a more artsy shot, like somebody would shoot for their grad with their horse, or a wedding with their horse, something like that. So sometimes just changing up how it looks will grab the right person's attention and help you stand out from the crowd, and with any luck get your horse sold a little bit faster so you can move on to whatever is next for you. So with that, thank you for tuning in. Again, go ahead and grab that free ebook at www.unstalledbook.com, and I hope that gives you a bunch of other tips that you can use to create your sale listing ad. And with that, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time.